Been recording. Hi, I'm recording. For the recording, welcome everybody to Wine Meets Tech. We've got Andy Clarke from GAIA presenting first. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Darren. Have you got my screen there?
Yep.
Cool. So thank you for the opportunity to have a very quick conversation with you today. First of all, we'll sort of highlight what we've been working on, and then a couple of things that we're working towards at the moment as well. So essentially, GAIA, which was part of the first Foment alumni, where we've been working and in essentially integrating AI and high-resolution satellite imagery, and we're currently in the process of undertaking our third national scan for Wine Australia, where we're identifying and mapping all the vineyards on the Australian continent. Now, essentially, this is designed for market insights. So one of the outcomes that we're looking at is understanding where the vineyards are and essentially in what sort of hectares that form part of that. Now, on top of this, this forms a foundational information piece for things such as biosecurity. Obviously now it's top of everybody's mind with COVID and the like, but much like COVID with contact tracing, you need to understand where everything is to be able to manage it. So by actually having an understanding where all the vineyard assets are, we're in a much better position to be able to manage the any outbreak of pest or disease that might occur within the vineyards. The other thing that when we identify where these vineyards are, we're actually able to create a unique geo-reference and an ID code for those blocks as well. So that can form a foundational piece in traceability and provenance. So if you think about, you extract that through to a wine bottle at the end of the line, you can take that back to that exact location of where that's come from. Now, by using AI through this process, we can rapidly speed the whole process up. And for instance, in the case of this data acquisition for Wine Australia, we've been able to reduce their costs threefold. So we've also delivered a web app, which is providing the actual grower on the ground the ability to create very simple digital farm maps, and also through that be able to get access to high resolution DVI imagery for them to use within the growing season. Now, this is an outstanding, simple, cost-effective tool that growers can use to highlight any variation that they can see within their vineyard. So you can see here there's quite a bit across this vineyard, and this can then help target their management to be able to, whether it's to reduce their costs through improved efficiencies, or maybe to highlight where they can actually get improved profitability through greater returns for their end product, whether it's grapes or the bottle of wine. Our goal at GAIA is simply to identify, measure and monitor the world's high value crops, and we're starting with the Australian wine industry. So I guess the question now is what's coming next for us? As part of the upcoming scan, which will be released with Wine Australia this year, we'll be including detected vine rows for the first time. So because we use high resolution satellite, we're able to drill down into each individual vine row on the Australian continent. Each of these vine rows will have their own unique identifiers as well. So again, further breaking down that traceability chain. And they will actually become the cornerstone of further actions and insights. So they could become the base for spray diaries, directing autonomous vehicles, or other high-level analytics as well. So when we look at further high-level analytics, we're looking at automatically quantifying production capacity. So these rows form the foundation for understanding what your yield prediction can be. Here we could deliver a grower an automated measure of what the canopy gap is within each individual vine row, and then that can be extracted out to each block, to each vineyard, and even to a region. So there we're able to estimate the level of eutypa or other vine decline through trunk disease or some other methods, and actually measure that on its progression year on year to then be able to form inform the grower, of help them in their management decisions of when they need to replant or rework, do remedial actions. And the other thing is understanding what that percentage of production is that first step in actually being able to deliver spatial yield predictions as well. Our platform's designed to be part of a connected ecosystem, so whether we're sharing maps and geolocations with blockchain technology, we can look at sharing the NDVI vigor maps and things with other farm management platforms to help make informed decisions, or vice versa, integrate soil moisture probes and weather data into it. Essentially, the more connected we can create an ecosystem, the richer the outcomes that we can deliver for industry and the like.